In the early 1990s, Cadillac released what many consider the last true full-size American luxury sedan. This is the complete story of the Cadillac Fleetwood from 1991 to 1996, the final chapter of the classic body-on-frame, rear-wheel drive Cadillac that defined American luxury for decades. To understand why the Fleetwood of the 90s was so special, we need to look at the situation Cadillac was facing at the end of the 1980s. The brand had gone through the controversial downsizing of the 1970s and 1980s. Many traditional customers were unhappy with smaller, front-wheel drive Cadillacs that felt more like Buicks than true luxury cars. Meanwhile, German and Japanese luxury brands were taking more and more market share with modern, refined vehicles. Cadillac needed to remind America what a real Cadillac was supposed to be. The solution was the new 1991 Fleetwood. Built on the same body-on-frame platform as the previous Brougham, it was bigger, heavier, and more luxurious than almost anything else on the American market. With its long hood, formal roofline, and massive chrome details, the Fleetwood looked exactly like what people expected from a classic Cadillac: big, imposing, and unapologetically American. The design was elegant in that old-school way. Long, straight lines, a very formal greenhouse, and a distinctive egg crate grille. Inside, it featured soft velour or leather seats, wood trim, thick carpeting, and that famous Cadillac ride quality. The car was designed for comfort above all else, quiet, smooth, and effortless on the highway. Power came from a 5.7-liter V8, the same LT1 engine used in the Corvette, producing 260 horsepower. It was paired with a smooth 4-speed automatic transmission and rear-wheel drive. While it wasn't a sports car, the Fleetwood had more than enough power for effortless highway cruising and could tow surprisingly well for a luxury sedan. Fuel economy was never its strong point, but that wasn't what buyers were looking for. Compared to its main rival, the Lincoln Town Car, the Fleetwood offered a slightly softer ride and more traditional Cadillac styling. Against European luxury sedans like the Mercedes S-Class or BMW 7 Series, it was completely different. The Germans were focused on handling and technology, while the Fleetwood focused on isolation, size, and comfort. Many American buyers still preferred the big, quiet Cadillac experience. The Fleetwood was available in base and Brougham trims. The Brougham version added even more chrome, thicker seats, and extra luxury touches. It quickly became popular with limousine companies, funeral homes, and customers who wanted the biggest and most traditional Cadillac possible. This was the last time Cadillac would build a full-size, body-on-frame, rear-wheel drive luxury sedan. The 1991 to 1996 Fleetwood represented the end of an era, the final expression of classic American luxury before the brand moved toward more modern, smaller, and front-wheel drive designs. In the next part we will dive into the technical details, the legendary LT1 engine, how the Fleetwood performed against its competitors, and why it became so loved by a certain generation of Americans. The engineering of the 1991 to 1996 Cadillac Fleetwood was deliberately old-school. While the rest of the automotive world was moving toward front-wheel drive, lighter unibody construction, and more advanced electronics, Cadillac stayed true to the traditional formula that had made them famous for decades. The Fleetwood was built on a full body-on-frame chassis, powered by a big V8, and designed from the ground up to deliver the smoothest, quietest, and most comfortable ride possible. At the heart of the Fleetwood was the legendary 5.7-liter LT1 V8 engine. This was the same engine used in the Corvette C4, but tuned for luxury rather than performance. It produced 260 horsepower and a massive amount of low-end torque, which was exactly what this heavy sedan needed. The LT1 was smooth, reliable, and had enough power for effortless highway passing and long-distance cruising. Paired with GM's smooth 4L 64-speed automatic transmission and rear-wheel drive, the Fleetwood delivered the classic American luxury driving experience: quiet, powerful, and relaxed. The suspension was tuned specifically for comfort. Long wheelbase, soft springs, and excellent sound insulation made the Fleetwood feel like it was floating down the highway. Road noise was minimal, and the car absorbed bumps with ease. Many owners said driving a Fleetwood felt like riding on a cloud. Compared to the Lincoln Town Car, the Fleetwood was slightly softer and more traditional in character. Against the Mercedes S-Class or BMW 7 Series of the same era, it was completely different. The Germans focused on precision handling and technology, while the Cadillac focused on isolation and sheer size. Inside the cabin, the Fleetwood offered old-school American luxury at its finest. Thick velour or leather seats, wood trim on the dashboard and doors, plush carpeting, and a huge center console. The front seats were incredibly comfortable for long trips, and the rear seat had enough legroom for tall passengers. Many Fleetwoods were ordered with the optional rear seat comfort package that included power reclining seats and even a small refrigerator in some limousine versions. The climate control system was effective, and the ride was so smooth that passengers often fell asleep on long drives. The Fleetwood came in two main trims, the standard Fleetwood and the more luxurious Fleetwood Brougham. The Brougham added extra chrome trim on the exterior, thicker seats, more wood inside, and special badging. Many customers preferred the Brougham because it looked more important and traditional. There were also special versions built for commercial use, funeral homes, limousine companies, and even police departments in some cities used modified Fleetwoods. One of the most interesting aspects of the Fleetwood was its size. At over 225 inches long and weighing more than 4,000 pounds, it was one of the largest passenger cars sold in America during the 1990s. This massive size gave it incredible highway stability and a commanding road presence that modern SUVs often struggle to match. Parking it in tight spaces was a challenge, but on the open road it felt right at home. In terms of safety, the Fleetwood offered good protection for its time with strong body structure, available anti-lock brakes, and dual airbags in later years. However, its main safety feature was simply its size and weight. In an accident, the big Cadillac usually fared well against smaller cars. The Fleetwood competed directly with the Lincoln Town Car, which was its closest rival. The two cars were very similar in concept, but many buyers preferred the Cadillac for its more traditional styling and slightly softer ride. Against imported luxury sedans like the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, the Fleetwood was less technologically advanced but offered more space, more character, and significantly lower price. Many American buyers still chose the big Cadillac because it felt more American and familiar. Production numbers were solid throughout its run, though they gradually declined as the market shifted toward SUVs. The Fleetwood remained popular with older buyers, limousine companies, and people who simply wanted the biggest and most comfortable American sedan available. It was the last time Cadillac would build a full-size, body-on-frame, rear-wheel drive luxury sedan. After 1996, the brand moved in a different direction with smaller, more modern platforms. The 1991 to 1996 Fleetwood represented the end of an era, the final expression of classic, unapologetic American luxury before Cadillac tried to become more European in their approach. It was a car that didn't try to be everything to everyone. It simply tried to be the best big, comfortable, traditional Cadillac possible. When production of the Cadillac Fleetwood ended in 1996, it marked the end of an era in American automotive history. This was the last full-size, body-on-frame, rear-wheel drive luxury sedan Cadillac would ever build. The 1991 to 1996 Fleetwood became a symbol of traditional American luxury in its final, purest form. Today the Fleetwood is highly regarded among classic car enthusiasts, especially those who appreciate old-school American luxury. Many collectors and fans call it the last real Cadillac, big, comfortable, powerful, and unapologetically American. In a world that has moved toward smaller crossovers and European-style handling, the Fleetwood represents a time when luxury meant size, softness, and presence. On the current used market, good examples of the 1991 to 1996 Fleetwood are still relatively easy to find and affordable compared to many other classics. Clean, low-mileage cars with the LT1 engine and good service history hold their value well, especially the Brougham trim. Many are still used as daily drivers by people who love the smooth ride and classic styling. The commercial versions, limousines and funeral cars, are also popular in certain circles. What made the Fleetwood special was its honesty. It never tried to be a sports sedan or a technological showcase. It simply tried to be the biggest, quietest, and most comfortable American luxury car possible. In that mission it succeeded completely. The soft suspension, powerful V8, massive interior space, and commanding road presence made it a true highway king. Long road trips in a Fleetwood were effortless and relaxing in a way that many modern luxury cars still struggle to match. The Fleetwood also had a unique cultural role. It was popular with older buyers who wanted traditional luxury, with limousine companies who needed reliable and spacious vehicles, and even with some police departments. Its sheer size and presence made it perfect for certain jobs where image and comfort mattered more than sporty handling. Looking back, the 1991 to 1996 Fleetwood was the final expression of a philosophy that defined Cadillac for decades: build them big, build them comfortable, and build them American. After 1996, Cadillac moved in a different direction with the more modern DeVille and later models that tried to compete directly with European and Japanese luxury brands. Many enthusiasts believe the brand lost something important when they stopped building cars like the Fleetwood. For current owners and potential buyers, the Fleetwood offers a special experience. Driving one today feels like stepping back in time to when American luxury meant something different. The ride is soft, the V8 is smooth and powerful, and the interior wraps you in comfort. Parts are still relatively available, and the cars are simple enough mechanically that many owners can maintain them themselves. The Cadillac Fleetwood of the 1990s didn't try to be the fastest, the most technological, or the most fashionable. It simply tried to be the best traditional American luxury sedan possible. And in doing so, it became one of the last great examples of a disappearing automotive culture. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the history of the Cadillac Fleetwood. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more stories about classic American luxury cars. In the comments tell us, would you daily drive a Fleetwood today? What's your favorite year or trim? And do you prefer the classic American luxury or more modern European-style Cadillacs? See you in the next video.